Good afternoon. For today's assignment, I want to talk about two things. I want to talk a little bit about writing, and I want to talk a little bit about you. So I have a question up here on this Google Drive document. The question is, what do you want to do when you graduate high school, and why? So first, this question is about you. I really do want to know more about what your goals are for after school. What do you want to do when you graduate? What kind of job do you want to work? What goals do you have for yourself? Second, this question is about writing as well. We haven't done too much with writing this year, but this is a good example of what's essentially a short response question. You can respond to this in probably a paragraph, but I want to talk a little bit more about how specifically to structure these sorts of writing assignments. Now, you may not have a writing goal, but this goal will actually touch on a couple other goals that have to do with reading in particular. And so even if you don't have a writing goal, I think that you'll find this will be beneficial. So let's look at this question. What do you want to do when you graduate high school, and why? Now, if I'm going to break this down, I'm going to look at it and realize that there are actually two questions in here. What do I want to do when I graduate, and why? So, in order to start planning an answer, I'm going to break this down into steps. I'm going to do 1, what you want to do when you graduate, and 2, why. I'm going to correctly answer this question, I have to answer both of these parts. Now, using myself as an example, if I had answered this when I was looking at graduating high school myself, I think some of y'all would have known what my answer would have been. I would say I want to be a teacher. Next part is very important. Why? Why did I want to be a teacher? Well, I wanted to be a teacher because I enjoy learning and sharing what I've learned. I've trapped a number of friends in corners and just rattled off all sorts of things that I've learned before. And teaching is kind of that. I also enjoy working with students, finding out what's important to them, and helping them reach their goals. So this would be my answer to these two parts of the question. And you can see what I did. After I broke the question up into steps, I answered each part, and I answered it kind of in points. I didn't really write a paragraph. I didn't write long sentences. I really just gave the bare minimum of, well, here are my reasons, and I gave them as a list. So this is what I want you to do today. When you go into Canvas, you're going to find this lesson and what you're watching, and then you're also going to find an assignment where I want you to submit your answers to this question. You can submit your answers to me a couple of ways. You can either write it in Google Drive as I have and share it with me, or you may open up the assignment and answer it within the assignment, or you can write up a document or write your answers on a piece of paper and attach that to the assignment. So this is what you're going to be doing today. If you have any questions, of course, as always, please email me. I look forward to reading your answers.